Hey guys, so I will be doing some Centaur practice. So I have my iPad and I've got my Millinote practice board, and I filled it with images of horses from Pinterest. It's just easier to have it on Millinote because I have everything like curated and selected. If you don't know what Millinote is, this isn't sponsored. It's just basically this app where you can create like working storyboards, like writing documents, to-do lists. It's a really good productivity system. It works really well for me. I have ADHD, so it's really difficult for me to like comprehend certain systems. Like I'm really bad at Notion and Todoist. I just was like, what the fuck is this? So this is actually like a space that I'm able to put down all my thoughts and brainstorm really well. Some of the boards and like some of the templates that you can use are really great for writing. Others are good for project planning. Not sponsored at all, but I've been using it lately and I absolutely love it. So because Centaurs are half horse, I've been reviewing just some tips and stuff about drawing animals in this little book. I bought this a while ago. It just gives you kind of an overview of like when you're drawing, like what to look for, like because drawing animals isn't exactly like drawing humans, and I really want to get into the character of drawing the animal and like capturing the movement and everything like that. And because we're doing centaurs, it's mostly the horse body and then like heads lopped off, and it's kind of weird, but like that's kind of what I'm doing. So I will be doing time lapse from this point on, and just going through and sketching some horse bodies and getting some like people put on them, and then I'll do voiceover with the time lapse so that I can give you guys some tips. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, I have the photo of the horse that I used. I don't own the copyright to any of these images. This is just for practice, so I am within copyright stuff. So I really tried to get the direction. The shapes and the direction are the two things that you really have to look at when you are drawing anything. So I was looking at the direction of the legs specifically, and then what shapes did they make and what spaces like was between them, was between them. Anyway, so like really look at your shape and then plunk your direction down first, and then try and build your shape on top of the direction, because if you have the direction wrong, the drawing is going to look funky. And sometimes you want to push the direction a little bit. I'll show you in the next drawing. I push it just a little bit and it gives it a little bit more action, but just like trying to understand like what direction is that leg going, and then what direction are each of the legs going. So like you can tell that back leg, it has one direction and then it's slightly tilted for the next. So I tried to emphasize that a little bit more, and then I just plunked the torso of the human in. So this is an original character for my little farm comic that I am creating. So the horse body I divide into three parts, like the main trunk, and it's the rear, the middle, and then the shoulder girdle. And like if you can clunk those shapes together and get the spacing right, you'll draw a believable horse. And then getting the legs and hooves and stuff, that's just some studying and details and getting those shapes down. This reminds me of Sagittarius, the image that I was just drawing. The archer is very self-indulgent. So this is a really nice repose. I didn't draw the doggo because we aren't studying doggos right now, but maybe I'll do a drawing session where I'm studying different types of dogs and like faces and stuff like that, and breaking down doggo faces. But this was just like doing these little studies and like getting the shapes down and like figuring out, okay, which way does that leg go? Like the hindquarters on this horse gave me a little bit of trouble, but like looking at the direction and then building the shape on top. And that's kind of how you can start figuring stuff out on your own. It's just an easier way to think and like be able to build drawings, especially when you don't want to be a slave to reference. Like use your reference as studies and use like photos and stuff like that as studying, and then throw everything away and just draw from your head, because there is something about people who can draw characters from their head that the drawings just look a lot there's something more magical about them than people who are a slave to reference. You can tell when people use reference. The drawings are so stiff. Anyway, like, especially when people are tracing, like, it doesn't, if you're tracing to figure out anatomy, that's one thing because you're doing it as practice. But when you're tracing for commercial work, you got a few different things that are wrong with that. If you don't own the image, you open yourself and your client up to copyright infringement. If you don't understand how the body works, your drawing will just come out stiff. There's a lot. Anyway, get off that. So I will pull this drawing out. This is a great profile shot of this horse. I do a box for the main body of the horse, and then did the man's torso on top. And if you guys want to know the proportions of that, please look at my Centaur video. I'll post it in the description down below. And this boy was just chunky Clydesdale, which was totally self-indulgent because I love these horses. They're just so big. I don't know if this is a Clydesdale or the other one that's really huge, but I think it is just a Clydesdale. But just like, I love the shapes and like where like you can see the muscles and where they cut in, like the different, it was just such a nice drawing. I don't think I pushed it enough. I think I'll use this as another reference to do another drawing with. But overall, I really liked this study session, and I think like I'll probably do some more studies and like really study like the legs and the way the hooves shape and the sizes and stuff, and so I can break down some more and get more comfortable drawing centaurs, because this is one of the main characters for the comic I want to draw. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, post it in the comments down below. I will post that video in the description box. So I hope you enjoyed, and chat at you later.